Welcome to today's live conversation with one of our incredible speakers from the Women Thrive Summit. If you're joining us live right now, let me know where you're watching this from. And if you're watching this on a replay, put hashtag replay and let us know where you're watching us from. Today's guest is Gabrielle Hayes. Hello, Gabrielle. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous, Ray. Always a good time when I get to spend time with you.
Yeah, likewise. Where are you joining us from?
I am in Orlando, Florida.
Yay, I love a bit of Florida. And I am based in Spain for those of you watching and may not know yet. So I want to see in the chat where you're joining us from. Put it in there. Today, we're talking about shattering those beliefs, and you are professional enough. And my incredible guest, Gabrielle Hayes, she is an industry pioneer who has transformed the product development industry by unlocking the untapped potential of professionals all over the world. Her secret to success is a steadfast commitment to empowerment and teaching professionals how to harness a growth mindset and being inquisitive to solve complex challenges. She is career empowerment expert. I thought I had it. But there you are, Gabrielle. So good to see you.
Yes. Thank you for the wonderful introduction.
Tell me a little bit more how you got started in this industry.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like many of us who are in product in particular, but also just any professional industry, a lot of us fell into it by accident, right? There wasn't a lot of intentionality into how you started what you do professionally. And I bounced around for a bit and really kind of climbed different ladders and had a lot of twists and turns. And one thing remained constant for each and every job that I took. I'd make it about a year and then I was bored out of my mind and I wanted more. And I started to take that on as my own failures and my own flaws. And I started to actually ask myself, like, what is wrong with me? My parents and my grandparents, right? They grew up in these generations where you took a job and you worked at that company for 30 years and you were just very satisfied with that. And I never was. And so I thought it was something that was wrong with me. And so after, some traumatic events in my life, I had to really sit down and take a look at what did I want my future to look like? And that meant being a lot more intentional with the yeses that I gave out and the time where I would give up my value. And so work obviously is a huge part of that. And I started to get really, really intentional around where I wanted to be spending my time. And then I realized I had a voice. There were a lot of people who were calling me for advice or calling me for questions around what do they do next or how do they make the next move. And so I realized I was setting this stage that many of us hadn't done yet, which was be intentional with your career and feel empowered in that decision that you're getting to make around where you're spending your time to take home a paycheck.
Yeah. Wow. Incredible. I mean, yeah, we spend half of our lifetime, if not more, pursuing our careers for those, especially in a workplace. And being intentional and happy is so, so important, I think. So, where are you now? What are the things you're doing now, and who do you support?
Yeah, so now I'm full-time entrepreneur times two. And I'm really, really extremely proud of that because I never saw entrepreneurship really growing up. I never knew that that was an option or something I wanted to do, but I just kind of dove with head first, both feet, and decided to figure it out as I went. And now I really focus on supporting the people of the product management industry. And so, how do we elevate their voice? How do we elevate the value that they bring? And how do we elevate their communication skills? Because I realized that it's not about whether you're a good product manager or not. It's whether you can communicate what you're doing and why is the really big key. So I focus a lot on that.
Oh, wow, amazing. And how important is that? Like, once when you work with people and you empower them with this new skill set, what has been the biggest transformations that you've seen?
It's honestly just this confidence about themselves to be able to walk into a room or a Zoom or wherever it is that they're meeting with other people and feel confident in their ideas and their thoughts. An example I have is I was meeting with a client yesterday who's a 20 plus year professional and is scared of going into interviews right now because they don't know how to tell their story and why did they have a gap and why is they spent 15 years in one industry and 5 in another. And right as we were working through it on the call, I saw it. I started piecing it all together, and we left that call with like, here's your personal brand statement that you can use when you're meeting with recruiters or putting on your resume. And it was really sweet to see just this light bulb go off in their mind of like, I am awesome. I am worth this next role, and I should be promoting myself that way.
Wow, amazing. Do you feel like women particularly are more afraid to ask for a pay rise or a promotion at work, and how can we overcome that?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of it, I think, is societal conditioning, right? We've just been taught take what you get, keep it moving, and don't really ask for more. You're already taking up space. Is I think for a lot
Mm,
of us, what we hear. But what I have found is when you learn to communicate the value that you bring, and you learn to just communicate yourself like a business, like a product, then you feel much more comfortable talking about those things. And so, a lot of the recommendations that I share in my workshops and with my clients is it's not about more money necessarily, right? I mean, we need money to live. You and I were just having this conversation right before we went live, but it's more about what lifestyle are you able to
mm,
create because of that pay raise or that promotion or completely changing companies or career paths. And so once you start to feel comfortable enough to talk about yourself in the way that I'm building a lifestyle that I really want to love and that I really want to enjoy, you aren't afraid to talk about that anymore because you're
mm,
unapologetic about the life that you're building because you are the designer of your own life.
mm. And do you find that some careers are not really fit for women and their needs?
Yeah. I actually saw something on Instagram the other day that said women in general were not designed for the 9 to 5 out of office. And
Mm,
though I think that's a fairly large blanket statement, when you look at what women bring to the community, whether we choose to be wives or choose to be mothers, we still are community builders. And so when we are stuck in a building somewhere every day for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, or having to commute in the car 3 hours a day, we're losing out on the hours that women can be making an impact in our community.
that's so powerful. How can we go about creating more balance or roles, um, that would be suitable for us? Because that's a pretty challenging thing. Like, I know personally that's the reason why I haven't pursued professional career, because I knew my personal goals, I knew my ambition, and I didn't necessarily feel like you said 9 to 5 would be suitable for me and the kind of lifestyle I wanted to live. And it's very, it's quite potent there. That's, the expectation is that you go to work 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, or whatever. Except that doesn't take into consideration childcare or bringing up children or other dynamics that women have to go through, not by our own choice, but it's just how it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it starts with one, you need to be honest with yourself. I think you were lucky in the sense of you had those dreams and goals already decided for yourself. So you knew right out of the gate that that wasn't aligned for you. I, on
Mm,
the other hand, didn't enter my adulthood that way. I didn't intentionally prepare to start having children. I didn't intentionally plan my career. So I genuinely feel like I lost out on 10 years of what my life could have been. Now I'm grateful for every step along the way because it's made me who I am today. And so it all worked out in the end. But that very first step is being real and honest with yourself. And a prime example I use of this is one of my friends is a manager at a facility, right, where you have to be in office. That's just the nature of the job. And he said every time he interviews someone, he tells them, you have to be in the office Monday through Friday, start at 7:30. That's it. That's like how this rolls. Can you do that?
mm,
Yep.
yeah.
And then what happens? Oh, my car broke down, or I'm running late, or I can't make it this week, or I can't. And he goes, but you knew what the role was. And so I think for so long we've tried to fit ourselves into a role instead of finding a role that fits into ourselves. And so being really honest with yourself. And then the other thing is There are some environments that just are not psychologically safe that you have to leave. You can try and speak up, you can try and affect change, you can try and, be the culture that you want to see, but it may just not be the place for you to change that. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that change and not be afraid of what's on the other side of it. But what I do say is if you're somewhere where you really do feel aligned to the work that the company is doing or the customers that you are supporting, but maybe the culture isn't exactly what you want it to be the first person to step up and have those honest communications. At the end of the day, your leadership team, they're humans too. They have their own lives also. So if you just talk to them person to person, you really will be surprised at how much you can get out of those conversations to start creating the space you want to be in.
Yeah. Wow, that's so beautiful that you share those. And that feels really encouraging also that, yeah, okay, some careers might not be safe space for you and might not be willing to change, but then there are others that might be, and just taking that courage to speak up for us. I think the advocacy for ourselves as at Women Thrive, it's all about women empowerment and really this part of being able to advocate for yourself and give yourself a voice is a primary um thing that we must do.
Yeah, at the end of the day, no one's going to come and save you from whatever it is that you're feeling afraid of or you're not enjoying right now.
Mm,
And that does feel like a lot of weight to carry, especially if you are taking care of other people. I have friends that don't have children, but they have aging parents that need full time care, or
mm,
spouses that need full time care, or whatever it may be. Right. And so I think at the end of the day, you likely are caring for someone other than just yourself. And so it does feel like a lot to say, okay, but I also have to stand up and affect the change. And I also have to stand up and make the decisions. But look at every great success story out there. People who are truly enjoying their lives made decisions that on the other side of it, people were like, what the heck are you
yeah,
doing?
yeah.
But you have to be willing to just get out there and try because you're going to learn something while you're trying anyway. So either way, it's a win win.
Yeah, that's just try. You never know. Like as you say, women are so afraid to take up space. But what if you actually took up the space? What if you made that question? What if you spoke up in that boardroom and suggested that change? It just takes that one seed. Who do you tend to work with, or who tends to kind of approach you for support?
Yeah, right now I stay really focused on product management professionals, usually a couple of years into their career, so that they know enough of what they don't like about where they are or what they're doing. So that way we can really get clear and narrow on what we do want. And then all the way up to when they decide they're ready to exit corporate and they've loved this career they've built, they love this industry that they're in, but they want to do their own thing. So I really take people, I say, from entry to exit in their product management career. And, I do foresee that one day that may, expand. My horizons may be a little bit different. But for right now, product management was the industry that changed my life and that I passionately feel like makes an impact on millions around the world. And so I feel like this is my space to take up this space and really leave my impact and my mark on this world.
Wow, I love that. Love that. And I see you, Carmen. Joel says, either way, it's a win-win. Love that. Love these two ladies. Thank you. It's so nice to see our community. Well, Gabrielle, you are officially a speaker at the Women Thrive Summit 2024. I'm excited to have you on our stage and your voice. And I love that we're so aligned in empowerment. And there's so many ways of doing that. Yours is in a career management and progression and helping women to speak up for their space, and not just women as well, of course. But what are you going to be speaking at the Women Thrive Summit?
Yeah, so I'm excited. At the Women Thrive Summit, I am going to be talking to the ladies in particular this time because I do think there's a unique angle to building this career that you really care about. And
Mm.
so, just like our my talk title says, shattering those beliefs. So I'm going to encourage everyone to get their little hammers out because we've got some glass ceilings to break.
Yeah.
And we're going to learn how to really enjoy the journey along the way to shatter those glass ceilings.
Oh, goodness. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. All up for that. What other insights would you like to share? Oh, okay. First of all, why should people attend this talk?
This talk has been born out of the biggest mistake I made in my career, which was leaving my own dream job. And
Mm,
that was because I wasn't ready. I didn't have this put together in my mind, and I wasn't ready to stand up and take space. And so, because of that, I gave up and walked out on my dreams. And I just refuse for any other woman to feel like they don't have support to stand up and take space and go after their dreams. And if I can help one either keep that career that they love or finally say yes to a career that they've been eyeing for years, it literally gives me chills of thinking about just the world that changes because of that.
mm, I love that. Oh my goodness. So we gotta tap into this. You had your dream job and then you wanted to leave.
Yeah, my life was falling apart, and I did not have the mental wherewithal or the coping techniques at that time to
Mm.
basically get myself together to continue to show up in this job. And so I will tell you, to this day, I'm absolutely thrilled with my businesses and where they grow to. But if you were to tell me what's that one job you could go back to tomorrow, no questions asked, I would walk right in those doors.
Oh, it's like that relationship that, you couldn't save or that didn't survive, which is like that was the one.
That's right. The one that got away.
The one that got away. Oh, man. I'm so excited to hear about this now. Like, you teased us. I need to know more.
That's right. Yes.
Save it for the summit. It's going to be exciting. We got a whole 1 week of incredible speakers lined up, March 22nd, 18th to the 22nd, my apologies. And we're going to be having lots of fun during the event. This is our annual Women Empowerment event. So the information is running down below. And it's happening March 18th to the 22nd. And this is one of our largest women empowerment events of the year. It's happening virtually. We've got more than 50 amazing speakers, and Gabrielle is one of them, who will be talking about shattering those beliefs and how to build your professional career. I'm excited because I think there's going to be a lot of transformation, and I think there's a lot of value for people also attending from different perspectives, whether it's a career, business or just personal development. So it doesn't matter if you don't have a business or you have a career, or either one, and you just want to move into a new direction in your life. I think it's going to be really incredibly powerful. Any other insights, shares that you want to impart with us today?
Yeah, this has been kind of my soapbox, so I'll be sure to share it with everyone. But really, truly, with fear, fear of
Mhm.
change, fear of decisions, fear of what happens on the other side is what's stopping all of us from truly enjoying our life. Even if we haven't hit all of those goals, it's taking away from your joy. So just let it go. See what's on the other side.
Yeah, I agree. When you're happy, I feel like you shine and you radiate and you attract even more of the same. And that's just such a beautiful energy to have around.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely have some major goals this year, but I also have found myself telling my kids or my husband on an almost daily basis lately, I love our life. And we're not where we want to be, but we're having freaking fun. And so I'm really thankful for every decision I made that got us to this point.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful reminder that, like, just have fun. And same, I've got big goals and dreams, and you got to learn to live in this particular moment and appreciate it, because this moment, that's all we have. And then there's this moment is gone, and then off to the next one. And then we'll look back and say, oh, that was really good times, but I forgot to enjoy it.
That's absolutely right.
Oh, Gabrielle, so nice to see you here today. How can people stay connected or get in touch with you if they're feeling inspired by our conversation today?
Yeah, absolutely. I am most active on LinkedIn, so would love to connect with anyone on LinkedIn there, especially so I can help support you in your career journey and just celebrate with you as you make these changes.
Yeah.
But then also I'm on Instagram at highly.inquisitive.
Amazing. And you have a website that people can go and check it out?
Yeah, absolutely. My services are listed on sequencepartners.consulting. And on there, I actually have a free journal if you're starting to think about what's next or you're not sure if something next is out there for you. It's this journal I created to really process that feeling I had about losing that dream job. And so it'll just give you a really good safe space and guided journey to start thinking about what's next for you and come out with prioritized roles to share.
Beautiful. Well, make sure you connect with Gabrielle. And once again, I've just put the link in the chat as well as here on screen. So sequencepartners.consulting/cab. Make sure you grab her free gift today to help you on your own journey in your career. And yeah, make sure you connect with her. I mean, it's just so powerful that we have so many amazing speakers lined up for our audience, and we get to chat to you and allow our audience to get to know you. So make sure you take advantage of this opportunity to get to know our incredible speakers and these professional women who are here sharing their years of wisdom and experience with you. And the best part is that their DMs are open for you to get connected with, follow them, engage with them, ask them questions. I'm sure that they'll be more than happy to hear from you. So make sure you connect with Gabrielle Hayes on LinkedIn or Instagram and download this free gift. Gabrielle, it's been a pleasure to see you today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Ray. I'll see you soon.
Good to see you. And to all of you, make sure you tap into womenthrivesummit.com, register your spot for the upcoming virtual summit that we have coming up between March 18th to the 22nd. And it's going to be 1 week of incredible fun, amazing speakers, networking opportunities, and a whole lot of personal growth. We look forward to seeing you on another interview. And for now, take care. We look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye bye.